What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, I'm here to talk about some books I recently got. Let's get it.
Favorite reader, that's who you are. Traveling near, traveling far. Through every chapter, you're the star. Favorite reader, that's who you are.
Okay, so this is a stack. First, I'm going over the top two books. Those are books that I just bought as gifts for my husband. And then the rest of these are books that were gifted from my husband. So it's like a book haul. Some of these I picked out, some I didn't. He picked them out. And then the two on top are the ones I got him. I'm excited. We've been doing a little book shopping lately. A little book shopping lately. Now, when he watched this video, and in a month when I'm like, yeah, can you assemble this new bookcase? He gonna know why. Because he keep buying me books and he knows like my shelves are full. So natural consequences. What that mean? Okay then. Let's just jump into the books that I got. So the first two, like I said, I bought them, but they're gifts from him. The first one is the graphic novel of Dungeon Crawler Carl. He loved this series. He actually really liked the entire DCC series. So I know they just came out with the graphic novel and was excited for him to get this. Now I hope he likes it as much as he liked the books. But yeah, that's the first one. I got this for half price books for $16.99. It seemed cool, you know? The next one is also a graphic novel. That's his gift, and then this is his gift. This one also came from half price books, and it's the graphic novel of 1984. Now, when I went to half price books, they actually had two graphic novels of 1984, but I liked the artwork in this one more, and I liked the fact that this one was a hardcover and the other one wasn't. So I got this one instead. The other one was cool too, but I feel like he would like this one more, and then the artwork in this one, to me, looked better. So, yeah, look pretty cool. Okay, so these two are for him. I'll be putting those in the living room. He got his own shelf in the living room, y'all. So I'm gonna add those to it. And then the next ones are ones that he got me. And the ones that I didn't choose, I'll kind of let you know like why he told me that he picked it for me. So let me give you a little backstory. I had a rough week. It won't be the previous week from when you see this video, but it was like the week that these were purchased for me. The week was just, it was one of those trying weeks. The ones that just, it's like thing after thing after thing after thing. I'm just like, dude, I'm about to check out any minute. And he, like not half of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, a few of these, he showed up with like one day. It was like, I stopped by half price books and kind of picked these up for you. And then the next day he was like, oh, they got this library sale. You should go see what you could find. And then the next day he was like, oh, let's go to 2 other half price books and see what we can find. So let me just start with what he got. The first one that he picked up for me, which is so cool because I never heard of this book, but I do obviously know the author. That is The House of the Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. He is the same author that wrote The Scarlet Letter, and this is a pretty old copy, which I was excited to see. He only paid $3 for it, which I was even more like, yes, I love a sale. And this one, let me see. I don't know, I think, yeah, it looked like a 1961 maybe. Very excited to get this. So every time that he buys me books, he always, like, he will buy me just, books. But he also, whenever he goes somewhere, he looks to see if they have any, like, older books that he thinks I might like, any collectibles that he thinks I might like. So I was really excited to get this. I have a stack. Can you see it in this video? On the shelf? You cannot because it's in a weird spot. But I have, like, a stack of some like older books in here. And then I have like some other collectibles in the living room. I think I'm gonna find a way to like kind of put them all together because I do like the look of them all together. So yeah. Ooh, okay, let me read the back of this. It says, God will give him blood to drink. An evil house, cursed through the centuries by a man who was hanged for witchcraft, haunted by the ghosts of his sinful dead, racked by the fear of his frightening living. Wow. This is a lot. I mean, hey, it seems like it's surrounding the Salem witch trials, and it's got some spooky stuff going on in it. And it also says it is a masterful blending of the spiritual and symbolic that allows Hawthorne's haunted house to stand firm where many a weaker one has fallen. So that's book one. Never heard of this until he just got it for me. That's that. The next one is another book that's old. I have a copy of this book, but I don't have this edition. That is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. I have, which version do I have? I know I have a Penguin Classic edition. Like, of course, you can't see that either in this video, but I got a Black Spine Penguin Classics edition of this. And I also think I have another copy of this. This one was only $8. We love that. Okay. And when was it printed? I think this copy is from 1922. I don't know, but it's much better than what I have. So I was excited to see this. And then let me kind of slip it up so you can see. It's like a cover it's under. Look at the actual book itself. It's just so pretty. Yeah, so I was very excited to get that. Let me put the little dust jacket back on. Very excited to get it. So yeah, that's that one. I've already read Tom Sawyer twice. I read it in high school and then I read it again 2024, I think. So yeah. The next one is a book I've never heard of, but I'm assuming a lot of people have because it was shortlisted for the International Booker Prize. So I know it's a popular book that I just didn't know existed. That is Sisters in Yellow. Didn't know this one existed. He said when he was in the store, like he knew that it was so cute because he knew that I was like reading through the Booker long list last year. And I've been telling him this year, like, I think I'm going to do it again. I know I said I was on the fence and I probably wasn't because most of the books were like mediocre. But I said, I think I'm going to do it again. And when he saw, he didn't know that like the International Booker was something else. So he was like, oh, this will be one of the ones. And so it was kind of cute that he remembered that I said the Booker list. But anyways, yeah. It was shortlisted, so I'm having some expectations. It says, what is it about? It's about the tumultuous bonds of sisterhood set in the gritty Tokyo of the 1990s. That's interesting. It's interesting. Hannah has nothing. She's 15 years old and living in a tiny apartment in the suburb of Tokyo with her young mother, a hostess at a local dive bar. They have no money, no security. Then Kimiko appears. Kimiko is older, a bright light in Hannah's dark world. Together they set up Lemon, which is a bar, despite its shabby setting and seedy clientele, becomes a haven for Hannah. Suddenly, Hannah has a job she loves, friends to share her days with, and a glittering promise of money. She feels like a normal girl, and she feels invincible. But in the narrow alleys, nothing is as it seems. Soon all of Hannah's hopes, her optimism, and her drive will be pushed to the limit. A story of enduring friendship and a deep betrayal. Sisters in Yellow is a masterpiece of teenage dreams and adult cruelties that confirms Kawakami as one of the great writers of her generation. Okay. Like I said, I know this has to be popular because it was shortlisted for the International Booker. If you've read this, let me know what you think. It sounds good. Sisterhood, betrayal, 1990s, Tokyo. Like, sounds good. That sounds good. Actually, out of all these, this will probably be the one that I'll read first out of everything in this list, just because, I don't know, it's just the one that I feel like I can read now. So, yeah. You should be seeing a review of this at some point, unless I DNF, but I don't foresee that. Anyways, how much do you pay for this? $25. $25.50. Yeah, that's I said I like a deal. That sounds real regular price to me. But anyways, the next one, let's see, how do I want to set this up? I guess I can do all the half price. I'll do all the half price books first. These are ones that he like took me to the store to pick out. So the first one, $9.99, I got is Cornerstones, which is an anthology of African American literature. Okay, it has like classic African American literature all the way up to Queen Latifah raps. That was a good time span for me. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I don't even know. Like, this is something, I don't know. I see The Souls of White Folks. I see Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley. I see Tumor in here. Chestnut. Okay. This is one I feel like I see Gwendolyn Books, some of her poetry. This is something that I feel like, well, I take that back. Some anthologies I do read straight through, but sometimes I just like pick a chunk and read that chunk. So I'm excited to have this, very excited. Seems like it has poetry, fiction, drama, nonfiction, and literary criticism by established and emerging writers. Bell Hooks. Yeah, I'm very excited. Delaney's in here. Maya Angelou, some of her I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is in here. And it looks like it's separated. So they have like a nonfiction section, a poetry section, a play section. I see August Wilson in here. A general fiction section. I'm excited, yeah. So I picked this one when we went to Half Price Books. Then, okay, I picked all the rest. But he took me to go get them. So I'm going to go through the half price books first. The next one was $10.99. I got Slaves Without Masters, The Free Negro in the Antebellum South by Ira Berlin. I have 2 other books by this author. And I haven't read either one of them all the way through, but I read chunks of each. I probably should finish them at some point. And I really liked the way that the books were written. I liked the way the information was presented, the research put forth. And this pretty much talks about when the enslaved people were free in the South, what they did after that. What the government, it seems like it talks about the government's involvement and inaction, and then ways that they were intentionally oppressed and other things that they did and didn't do. So I'm interested to see what this is about. Very interested. Okay. Real quick, before I put this up, look at that. Just look at the cover. Come on. Okay, moving on. The next one, he actually picked this up off the shelf. I was looking at like a, what section was I looking at? I don't know. I think I was looking at something, was it Asian? Like we were in the history, sorry y'all, I'm on the floor, my foot just fell asleep. We were in the history section or something, but I was looking in one area and he was like looking on another shelf. He said, oh, this seems right up your alley. This seemed like you right here. And I was like, you don't know what I like. But he picked something I like. This is called Hanging by a Thread, Cotton, Globalization, and Poverty in Africa, written by William Mosley and Leslie Gray. Very interested to see like the role of cotton globally. Like I've read books about cotton in South America and North America, but I've never read about it in another continent. Very interested to see what this book is talking about. Now let's see. The textile industry was one of the first manufacturing activities to be organized globally. Hanging by a Thread illuminates the connections between Africa and the global economy in a compelling set of linked studies that detailed a crucially important aspect of the globalization process in Africa, the cotton commodity chain. Yeah, look at that cover too. I'm hoping y'all can see with this light get kind of bright. Look at that. And this one was $14.99. Oh, okay. Maps. We love that. Let's see. Charts in here. I see a lot of data. Okay. I think I'm going to enjoy this one too. Okay, so the next one I was very excited to see just from the cover. And then when I started flipping through, I was even more excited. That one is Unsung, Unheralded Narratives of American Slavery and Abolition. Look at this cover. Oh my goodness. The one thing I like about half price books, like, yeah, you don't want stickers on your books, but these really do peel off super easily. This says the first Penguin Classics anthology curated by the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture. As one of the most influential forces behind the creation of the world-renowned cultural institution and national historic landmark documenting Black life in America and globally, this stressed the importance of rethinking how readers conceptualize history. Okay. Okay. History must restore what slavery took away, drawing from the 11 million item collection, including unique holdings. Okay. Focuses on the voices and action of enslaved people, writings, speeches, and pamphlets by lesser known Black abolitionists and their allies, and overlooked accounts of everyday anti-slavery activism in the United States. I know for a fact, this is what, like, first of all, the cover drew me in, but also when I was flipping through, it was so many names that I didn't recognize, like, at all. So I was like, wait a minute, who is that? George Horton? I didn't know who that was. Who else? Let me just pull out. I knew, wait, it was so many. What part was I at? It's got narratives of escaped slaves. Okay. Of course, now that I'm looking, I can't find a single name. Mary Ann Shadd Carey. Yeah, it's just some addresses written. It's just a lot of people that I didn't know. And I was like, wait, a lot of these names don't sound familiar. So Unsung seems pretty spot on. Very excited to read this. It says, Unsung makes the case for recognizing Black people as agents and architects of their own lives during enslavement and their ultimate liberation. Can't wait to get into that. Okay. This is the last book from Half Price Books. The other ones are from the library sale. So this one was $5.99, the cheapest of everyone here. Well, I'll take that back. The House of the Seven Gables was the cheapest at $3.99. But outside of that, this is the cheapest one that I chose. That is Worlds to Make My Dream Children Live, a book of African American quotations, which I thought was interesting. This was $5.99. What I liked about this, first of all, look at all the covers. Like, that's what's getting me. Every cover is stunning. This book is filled with quotations, like, from so many Black people in history, like historical figures and current figures. Well, current when the book was written. And it's just stuff like you'd want to say. So, like, there's the Delaney sisters in here. You have Marion Wright Edelman, Medgar Evers, quotes from Henry Louis Gates Jr., quotes from Jamaica Kincaid. You have Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, one of his quotes is, "We assume the risk. That's what makes a great champion. We care, but you can't let that be a burden to you." He also said in the New York Post in 1987, "A fighter never knows when it's the last bell. He doesn't want to face that." Okay, you got Claude McKay, which we all know and love. Yeah. I just thought it was so cool. Jackie Robinson. You have some stuff from Negro Spirituals in here, like Wallace Thurman, Gene Toomer. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's that one. Okay. And then the next one came from the library sale. Which, this is a library. We went to a library that I had never been to before. And while the library itself was way better than our, like, local library, the actual library was very nice. The book sale there wasn't that good. I got 4 books, but usually it's like, you know, you fill a bag, you have so many, it's like so many good options. These are good, but it's like the only 4 there. Like, literally, I was scraping hard to even find these 4. Their library, top tier, but the books themselves is like, And I didn't have time or the kids with us to, like, literally stay there and look through the actual library for real, just kind of glance. But that's a place that I'll take the kids back and we'll actually like check out books and stuff because the library was great. Anyways, these are the 4 books. The first one is A History of the World in 100 Objects by Neil McGregor. Now, if you don't know nothing else about me, there's pictures in here. So cool. If you don't know nothing else about me, I love the world in certain number here, whatever. The world in 7 diseases, the history of the world in 100 objects, the world in 12 carpets, the world in 2 ice cubes. I don't know. I love a book like that. So that's all I had to see to know, like, yeah, I'm interested. Let's hear about the world in 100 objects. Very interested. I always like stuff like that. So yeah, that's that one. It says, this wonderful book transports us to every corner of the globe. Okay, cool. Cool. Next, I have 2 books from this author, but not this one. This one is And the Mountains Echo by Khalid Hosseini. Hosseini? I hope I'm saying that right. Yes. What is this about? So many people recommend A Kite Runner. Like, let's see. The unforgettable novel about finding a lost piece of yourself in someone else. So sweet. It begins in 1952. 10-year-old Abdullah and his younger sister Perry are everything to each other. What happens to them at the despairing hand of their father will test the unshakable bonds of family and change not only their life, but those of multiple generations. Okay. We're exploring family nurtures, wound, betrayal, honor, sacrifices. I've heard nothing but great things about him as an author, so I was very excited to see that. This one, surprisingly, I feel like I have a copy of this book, but I couldn't find it. Like, I don't know where it is, and it's not on my like Libib app in my catalog. So I'm like, I know I've owned this book, but I don't know where it is. It's not in my app. I don't have it in my spreadsheet. Like, I don't know, but I know for a fact I used to own this book, and I don't think I gave it away. But anyways, I was excited to find it. That is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway. Yeah, this book, I'm pretty sure, I haven't read it. I had it for a long time, wherever that copy is. But I know that I feel like this was written about the Civil War. Let me see. Hemingway went to Spain in 1937 to cover the Civil War for the North American newspaper Alliance. From his experience, he wrote this classic story of an American, Robert Jordan, who fought, loved, and died with the guerrillas in the mountains of Spain. Yeah. I don't know. I want to say I'm going to read this, but I also have like another Hemingway book that I said I read before this. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll get to it. There's that. One more, y'all. One more. The last book was Guns, Germs, and Steel, The Fate of Human Societies by Jared Diamond. I've seen this book around. Like, I don't know if I've seen like a full-blown review. Oh, cool. It's got pictures in here too. Sorry, I'm trying to stay focused. I've seen this book around, and I'm not 100% sure what it's about. Let me see. The back is literally full of praises. What's the actual book about? I have no clue. I don't know. Let's see what the chapters are. Okay, from Eden, A Natural Experiment, The Rise and Spread of Food Production. That's cool. History Haves and Have-Nots, To Farm or to Not Farm, How to Make an Almond, Apples or Indians, Zebras, Unhappy Marriages, and the Anna Karenina Principle. Okay, and then so part 3 is From Food to Guns, Germs, and Steel, Lethal Gift of Livestock, Necessity's Mother, Egalitarianism to Kleptocracy. Okay, Around the World in 5 chapters, and the future of human history as a science. All right. The preface says, why is the world history like an onion? Yeah, I'm excited to read this. Very much so. It's got some good pictures in here. Hold on now. A New Guinea Highlander, Aboriginal, New Guinea Lowlander. Okay, I'm getting caught up in this book. This says over 1 million copies sold. And I know it's like a slightly older book, but I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to see what it's about. It's the winner of the Pulitzer. It's the winner of the Pulitzer. I didn't even notice that when I picked it up. So look at that. Okay, that's it. Let me get the whole stack. Like I said, I'm 99.999% sure that the first one I read is Sisters in Yellow. We'll see though. Just because, like, I don't know, the books I've been reading lately, that one seems like it's nothing like what I've been reading. So I'm kind of interested to see where they're going to take this book. So we'll see. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of feel excited about these. Okay. And then I got his two over there. So let me just show y'all mine. Or not. Child, y'all might not be about to see. 1, 2, 3. This is it. My book haul, my book gifts. I was so excited to get these. I need to scan them. I need to get them on my shelves. And yeah, I'm excited. This is a good haul. Now, let me go get him his two. Put them on the shelf in there. I told y'all he got his own shelf. It's so cute. He got all the Dungeon Crawler Carl books. And then, to be real, he has some Michael Crichton books like around the house that I have in with my stuff that I can literally put on his shelf too. But he doesn't know this. He is listening to like an audiobook series right now. In case he around, try not to be loud. And they were first audiobooks only. I think maybe they also had a Kindle edition. I'm not sure, but they weren't producing any like physical copies. Well, they just started producing them, and the first one drops in August. He doesn't know, but I'm gonna get them for him. So, his show gonna be a little full. It's gonna be full. That's it, y'all. Yeah. I'm having a much better week now. But when we got these, boy, that week was dragging me through the mud. That week was dragging me by my hair up and down the street. But we here. We made it. We made it to see another day and another week. I hope y'all are having a good week. But that's it, y'all. Let me know if any of these look cool to you. If you read any of these, let me know what you think. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one.
Pages turning soft as silk, stories flowing like warm milk. A journey starts with every